We're here. My son's in the background playing. The dog. Calvin. No. No. All right. Good morning. Indeed. Very early. Man, I look all portly now. I'm a fat man.
He's overweight.
How you doing, Jacob? Something's broken. I think Tuber Goober's okay. Alright. Yeah. Alright, so we're gonna get rid of inner tube. This is the one that appears to be having problems. Did a lot of code committing last night, and I think we've busted something. Just run the game again. Losing my mind at UI. Yeah, that's me in lighting right now. I've done fucked up the lighting in the game, so we're gonna have to deal with that. It's starting to turn into an actual game though, so we're getting there. So
First me, I'm about to tip over.
So we just have to make the game. We could do something like that, have like a Halo. We can say who or what we're doing. Conrad, how's it going? Part of it's just the materials. The materials on the skin are shiny, so that's making it do some interesting things. But also, I'm just not used to lighting, so I just gotta mess with it more. See, like, that's not so bad. And it is a sunrise. We're in her brain.
Woo!
We're in her pie hole. All right, let's adjust the the camera a bit.
Ooh.
So we could increase the perspective. Whoa. We're at 90 right now. Let's push the camera back. I think we need to do that on the spring arm. Really? It's not a slider? Oh, there we go. Arm length. Oh, we're against a wall. There we go.
Might be enough spinning for one day.
So the further back we go, the more we can zoom in, which means the further back we need to go. Go figure.
I think I'm gonna be sick.
You'll be fine.
I'm dizzier than a June bug in a mason jar.
You aren't. Lies! Don't believe her lies. Why didn't we boost?
Alright.
Oh, the physics. Everything's broke. Everything's broke.
Let's go!
We need more boost. Okay. Skimner, it's coming along. We're really messed up on our lighting right now. Our lighting is a bit hosed. So, I think we want more of a blue light. For the tropical setting, no, the blue light is wrong. All kinds wrong. No, there we go. That is better. Moon. Okay. Energy. Whoa, bro. Background energy multiplier on the sky. We can do the sky as the lighting, as the color source. This does jack shit once we do that. I mean, this ain't too bad. It does feel like our energy level might be too high, though. It's part of the problem. Cut it down. No, see, we need ambient light. So if we remove the sky as a light source... Okay. Can we overall lower the, Can we overall lower the, Here we go. Ah! Color correction! Oh, fuck. Okay, so we can, oh man, this will make everything easy. I can just throw in a, color correction with a texture. Oh shit, I just need to learn how to do that. Ooh, we can bump up the saturation a little bit. Probably not a bad thing. For the kind of game we're making, arcadey. We're about to do this for real this coming weekend. What kind of game is this shaping up to be? A racing game or more like a coin runner? Kind of like a coin runner, yeah. It's a high score game. So the idea is you're going around collecting stuff and getting a high score. Some LUTs? Yeah. Let's do that. Actually, I have a bunch. I use them for my camera when I stream. I have them off right now, though. Browse. Grab some. LUT pack. LUT pack. Over to Inner Tube Warrior Sim 9000. LUT pack. More like LUT pack. Am I right, guys? Okay. So we've got film defaults. Well, that fucks everything up, doesn't it? This must not be the right way to do it. My God. let's look it up. Color correction. Lookup table used for post-processing color grading can use a gradient texture 1D for one-dimensional LUT, or texture 3D for more complex LUT. Effective only if adjustment enabled is true. So I think because ours was more complicated. I think we're gonna have to look up a color correction thing. And you know what? We might want to turn the music down for a little bit while we're working on this. So... Bye-bye. No, we could just mute. Mods. Mute that son of a bitch, mon. Okay. We're gonna go to YouTube and look up Godot color correction. I've been deleting my YouTube watch history trying to fix the damn algorithm. There's only so much you can take, right?
Color correction in Godot isn't the most obvious thing. Some does show you a quick way to do color correction. So go to your world environment node if you don't have one.
Oh, dude, man, I'm just not even engaging in it. I think there's an age thing, possibly. I'm not sure. I don't know, man. I don't give a shit. I don't know the guy. I don't watch. I don't give a shit. And so I'll be honest, some of this stuff seems so inane. And he who is out without bad code cast the first stone. That's what I fucking say. But yeah, I don't know. It's silly. This is the villain of the week. It's just the way it is on the internet now. It doesn't even matter. It's all bottom feeders, content creators. The content, I have no respect for the content creators with this shit. The fucking thumbnails and then the reactions of the it's like, God, you guys, this is embarrassing. Oh my God.
Right click and make a...
No, I'm talking about the people talking about the guy. Yeah. The only thing I'll say is I was always confused about why. Like I'd briefly see clips and I'm like, I don't understand what's going on here. Like, why is this guy so big? I don't understand it myself. I don't get it. But I think that people get sold on the idea of something more than the thing itself. Nobody actually wants to see what it would be like to be someone who works at Blizzard. You don't want to see that. You wouldn't watch that if it was streamed. You wouldn't watch people working at Blizzard if it was streamed, I promise you. Like, it's not what people want. So, but they want the, you know, they want the,
a new world environment and then set up your...
But I think, you know, someone's charming, and that's how some of it happens. Anyways,
world environment to your liking. And the first thing we're going to go to is our tone map. We're going to change that to aces, but you can also do filmic and Reinhardt or Erlinger, but I like aces. Me personally, it just looks the best. And we can drop this exposure down since it is just a tiny bit bright.
Shit. This guy's in 5 seconds. He's like, do this. I'm like, fuck yeah. You had me at hello. Do we even have that? What? Is this for like an old Godot? I'm gonna find out this is 3 years old. 1 year ago. Tone map. Reflective light. Tone map. Uh-huh. Here we go. So hold on now. There we go. Okay, now we go to tone map. Exposure. So this is supposed to be nighttime. What? What is what? Here comes the sun. Here comes the sun. Dee-doo-dee-dee.
Mercy me, I'm about to tip over. Woohoo!
Woohoo! We still end up bouncing a lot.
Woo! Yeehaw!
Exposure.
Woo!
God, we really fucked up the lighting, guys. Reinhard. Are we meet again, Reinhard? I think part of this is the water. Let's take a look at our water. Yeah. It's probably the shallow.
Might be enough spinning for one day.
Your mom might be enough spinning.
I think I'm gonna be sick.
Alright, we definitely have to adjust that.
Might be enough spinning for one day.
It's the albedo. Ooh, that's pretty. Holy shit, it's starting to look like something. It's starting to look like a video game.
Ah!
Ah.
Ooh. Mercy me, I'm about to tip over. I'm dizzier than a June bug in a mason jar.
For a long time, I've wanted to make a surfing game with real water physics. Maybe one day. You can do it, Skimner. I can point you to everything I used for this. I mean, believe it or not, I did not make the water shader. Or the buoyancy elements and stuff like that. I did modify like practically all of it, but And we are going into the earth. You can see that there. Now that we have a character, we can actually finally see the... See, it blends with purple. It makes it look like a light blue. Shit, there's so much to change. Okay, let's not get stuck on colors.
I'm gonna be sick.
Let's not get stuck on colors right now, Cricket. I think we're setting. Our sun is setting. Yeah. Sunset bottom color. Looks good. Horizon color night. That's not bad. And we're not going to do a crescent. We're going to make the moon white as the devil.
Mercy me, I'm about to tip over.
Yeah, you are. You know what I'm saying? Oh, excuse me, boat.
Woo!
Excuse me. Mercy me. Oh! 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 Oh, God! There's blood everywhere! Okay, let's get our score going, because that's the whole point of the game. Mercy me, I'm bleeding out! Time la bleu. We have the time la bleu right here. Oh! Le time la bleu. Label. Mercy me. It's cool how the water shader is affecting the glyph. Seems like some edge detection. I think a surfable wave would need some serious mesh deformations. Yeah. That's going to require some research, that's for sure. However, you still could make the game without needing all that initially, right? You can gray box that. This is a great headline. This is good. Dude, the streaming on Reddit is shit. Looks cool. It's really the curve of the wave that's going to be really hard. To have that fold in on itself. Thank you. Sharks and jumping. Just like I'm missing sharks. We're gonna lose is constantly reminding me I need sharks. Alright, I'm gonna hide my face. So I got this video that I've got playing of this guy doing a mix, it's in Cape Town. At a coffee shop. And this woman comes in, it's a 2-hour set, and this same woman comes in and orders coffee like 4 times, and is desperately trying to flirt with the DJ. I'm gonna send the link if you ever want to watch it. It's pretty funny. It happens over time. I think it's this one, but it cracks me up. Anyways. Alright, I'm gonna turn the mic off for a bit while I eat. Calvin just got a yummy, yummy bacon fat. He's gonna be like, heck yeah, Papa. right. Gotta get the points in here. Already did. This. $64. Nice. Almost 69. Almost there. Be right back. All right, back. Oh, this font's shit for scores. Look at that. Look at that. I don't like that one bit. We want a, the score should probably be some sort of, mono-spaced font. Fiera, what's up? It's juice time, that's where we're at. Well, juice and make the thing. Make the thing. Juice it, make it. Just chilling. We're messing around with the lighting and we're really fucking it up right now. Fiera.
Woohoo!
Really effing up that lighting. We wanted to
Yeehaw!
split the wet one more time.
Woo!
We've got so much work in front of us, Fiera. Can you do it all, please? Thanks.
Woo!
Thanks. Go ahead and take care of that for me, bro. Go ahead and take care of all of it.
Yeehaw! Woo! Woohoo!
With pleasure. How's your stuff coming along?
Might be enough spinning for one day.
Might be enough spinning for one day. That little boat. She tries to get through there.
Let's roll, sugar.
Let's roll, sugar. All right, let's expose the boost parameter so we can start to edit that because it's not right now. Let's look at that game. Impulse. We just have this random number just chilling out here. We just made up a number. Apply impulse. So let's do an export here. Water physics. All right, let's make a new one called game mechanics. Elements. Nodes. All right, that's all that shit. These are just labels and shit. Nodes. Calvin's going underneath and unplugging shit. Game mechanics. We did an integer. Probably shouldn't be an int, but try it out.
Woo!
So, I think gravity is not strong enough in the game.
Yeehaw! Let's go!
No, that's a jack shit. Let's make it 100.
Oh! I think I'm gonna be sick.
You'll be fine.
Let's go!
Okay. It's something. It's 200.
Oh!
Double it.
Woohoo!
Already bickering with M. I
Yeehaw!
know. Keep it down, M. Ugh.
Woohoo!
Backseat character.
Woo! Ooh!
I'm only supposed to hear that crap from chat. What is this nonsense?
Let's roll, sugar.
Blip. Blip.
Yeehaw!
Blip.
Mercy me, I'm about to tip over.
Alright, boost amount. 400.
Might be enough spinning for one day.
Your mom might be enough spinning for one day. That's
I'm
right.
dizzier than a June bug in a mason jar.
Sure are.
Mercy me, I'm about to tip over.
Okay. If a game doesn't give you carpal tunnel, it's not good.
Oh!
That's what I say.
Let's go!
Okay, we have a something approximating a boost. There's still like a million things you have to adjust.
Yeehaw! Woo!
All right.
I think I'm gonna be sick.
Your mom's gonna be sick. Okay, I think we have a collect sound. You have an incoming call from... Please say yes, please say yes, please say yes! Did you guys ever have to do that? I have to call collect. Like, something bad happened, you didn't have any cash, and you had to call your parents. Please say yes. Say yes, say yes, say yes! Please say yes, please. Say yes, say yes! See, all this shit should go inside of the... Noel, how's it going? No Jewel? Sorry. Is it Jewel? No Jewel. Not Noel. My bad. It's about coming out to our parents and telling them we're gay. That's the premise. Like all the good indie games. No, it's you're in an inner tube and you can flap forward, or you can flap backwards. You can flap forward with one hand, backwards with the other, and do like a rotation, like this,
Mercy me, I'm about to tip over.
and then you can turn her back around
I think I'm gonna be sick.
like that, and then you can go forward by flapping forward like this,
Yeehaw!
and you collect points.
Woohoo!
And that's about it so far. We're gonna have cans that you can
Yeehaw!
throw. That's probably the biggest thing that I really need to get worked out on is the beer cans.
Woohoo!
They need a lot of loving.
Bless his heart.
So we can throw beer cans. It looks like shit right now. The shader really fights with the water shader.
You sure are touched.
It's all in Amadia's voice? Yeah. Working on the collection sound for our, all right, going back over to the game code. We're gonna have our collect sound. Please, sir, you have a collect call from. Please say yes. Please say yes. I guess if you're really young, you have no idea what I'm talking about. You have a collect call from. Please say yes. Please say yes. Please say yes. Do you accept the charges? You have a collect call from. Mom, I'm in trouble. I need help. Alright, so we have something. It's a little loud.
Ooh. I'm dizzier than a June bug in a mason jar.
We just need a sound, guys.
Yeehaw! I think I'm gonna be sick. She got a face for radio.
No, send it my way, Fiera.
Might be enough spinning for one day.
Might be enough spinning for one day. That's my line. I wrote that one. I'm proud of it. God, it's hot. Oh, yeah, yeah. Elza sent me the first one. They're like the same shit. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Elza sent me the first one, I believe. Pick up coin. You know what? You're a bit loud for stream.
Gentlemen, this is Democracy Manifest.
Dwanair, thanks for the follow. Yeah. You ever think about that? Think about how your chats are so loud, Fiera? Have you considered how loud it is in my ear? No! No, nobody considers that. Pitch. Is there a pitch here? High pass filter. Frequency. Does that hurt your ears? This is the best pop-up I've ever seen. All right. Pick up coin. We'll use this one. I think this is better than what we have right now. Let's try that.
Yeehaw!
I don't know. The more I'm hearing this one, the more it's sounding okay.
Oof!
But yeah, we do need different sounds. God, stupid boat.
I think I'm gonna be sick.
That boat's getting in my way. Well, we do need one for like time. So let's see. What do we got for time? There's never time at all. Mm-hmm. That's your traditional. It's not so bad. You can make some old school songs with this for sure. It's not long enough to mess with the vibrato. This is fine. Sorry for the loud noises. Loud noises! Experimental music. I'd like to turn off my notification SFX, please, so that I'm not so loud anymore. No, it's punishment. I'm like that dude on the Da Vinci Code.
Mercy me, I'm about to tip over.
What the hell was what was with the Da Vinci Code? Why was that a thing for so why was that a thing? Anyways. All right. Time. It's never time, I know. Time. Where did this go? Power up WAV. And go to the game code. We're making a video game. Sometimes it's boring and dumb. We're making a video game.
Sometimes it's boring and dumb.
I think the truth about people being upset that, hey, wait a minute, you never program on the stream. Wait a minute. It's like, yeah, you guys never wanted to see that. You guys want to believe this stuff's easy. You sons of bitches. You got conned because you don't want to believe that it's hard. You don't actually want to see how the sausage is made. You sons of bitches.
Hey, that guy never programs. What? That's a bullshit.
So yeah, I mean, it's like, oh, you know, I'm making hamburgers at McDonald's. Let me talk about how my father was the president of Burger King. The fuck's wrong with you guys? He's not making hamburgers. How could you be so naive? Go to somebody else. There's 100 people making hamburgers on all these other channels. Watch them. Watch them. Give them subs. But no, you gotta go to the one fucker that's sitting there not making hamburgers. The hell's wrong with you? I want to see people make hamburgers. No, you don't. You don't want to see anyone making hamburgers. It's been a rough month. Every day this month has been boring and dumb at Valve. That's what I was saying. I said earlier, I'm like, you don't want to see someone work at Blizzard. I promise you, you don't want to see. It's like, that's not actually what you want to watch, because it's basically watching someone do a job, which is boring. Ah. Anyways, sorry. Cricket lost it there for a second. Okay, so power up audio. We're gonna go over here, bring up. Did I say power up? There needs to be time. It's no, not at all. It's that's. I think the reason why there's like the successful group of streamers is. The ones that actually are doing something is they bam, 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 bam. They're just on to something else, on to something else, on to something else. And you're not actually watching a complete thing, like a product being made, because that's boring. So I'm totally okay. You know, people come and go. It's fine. They pop in. They're like, I see you're cooking. And it's totally fine. I think a lot of people, though, like, it ends up being like co-working. You just put, because you're at home doing this, you're grinding at home or whatever, and so you just kind of, you end up putting someone on in the background that's also doing some work as well. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do the same thing. More and more, I'm favoring doing like mono structures. And so what I end up doing, I'm collapsing everything into just a monolithic. It's just like, this is just what happens now when I do this stuff. Because I start to make things out and it's like, okay. And then I add a script to like another like scene thing that I'm adding. And then I'm like, you know what? I just want everything in one place where I can look at it all. Instead of doing the choose your own adventure, finding code and all that stuff. So what the reason why I'm talking about any of that is, we're going to add all of our gate scenes. So in our stage here, so this is the editor for the stage, right? And we have all these gates that we've plopped down, and they're all inside this gates node here. So we're just gonna grab all the children in here and do all of this stuff in the code. So in our gate code presently, on ready, we're connecting all these signals for the area when we pass through the gate. There's actually a lot to the gate logic that we need to do. So for the gate logic, right now, it's really shitty. You're my new coworker today as I work through trouble tickets. Nice. So we have the gate, and from the top. So imagine this is the pole on the left and the right. We have an area that so a physics area. So here's the gate, here's the pole going across, and then we have a physics area. And as soon as our inner tube goes and touches it in any way, boop, suddenly we've passed through the gate. That's obviously not right, right? Because we could just go boop and then back up and then go around, right? So what we should be doing is detecting entering, what side we're entering from. So we're entering from here. So we need to know that we need to exit from here, right? So we need to detect when the body enters and the body leaves. And whatever point the body leaves at, we just need to compare the two and go, are they on the opposite ends? And if the answer is yes, then it's okay, we passed through the gate. Presently, we're not doing that. So there's that. And then the other thing too is just all this like connecting into the area, the physics area stuff. We're gonna put this in the game code and not in the object. So we're just gonna connect the detection of those events and this whole time collected thing, so that really it's only one function call. So we'll be condensing quite a lot here. We're going to keep the process step, that's the watch rotating, and the initial setup of the time label will stay on it. But everything else we're going to put in the main game code. So we're already doing this with our, if I show you here, we're already doing this up here. Right here. So the collectible paths, we're doing the same thing here. So the collectibles are in the stage code, or on the stage. So like if I go to this collectible here, so this is a collectible path. So you just draw out a curve, and then you say how many collectible, what type of collectible, and how many collectibles, and then it just distributes them amongst this. So we're already doing this. We're grabbing this information from the stage, and then in the game code, we're distributing the collectibles when we load. And then so we're going to do the same thing with the gates. That's what we're doing. And then once we've done that, then we can start to fix we can make the gates better. But I just want to get it all here first. So that's my long little story. My co-working contract requires revenue share. Sorry, you all owe me 5%. Calvin, no! Aw, Calvin. Mama's gonna be sad about that one. She's gonna be sad. I'll be taking so much equity share as long as he's is willing for my one day. Nice. It's a good thing game dev doesn't make any money. It's not a gate, it's a door to heaven. 12 feet up. Game dev saves me money because I spend less on playing games. The only game I'm playing right now is that 40k game, the Space Marine 2. My buddy bought it for me, and he's like, "You're gonna play this with me." Okay. You got me. All right. But I'm having fun with it. It's good. Lots of... I'm a sucker for like the slow upgrade, like slowly getting more powerful thing. Gates node. We call him Bill Gates. That, you know what, this whole thing reminds me of that, is like there was a period of time in the 90s and the early aughts where it was just like you hated Bill Gates. Everyone just shat on Bill Gates, right? And it's just a thing that happens. And I think it's an age thing too, for sure. And you personify, you take this giant company and you place it on one person, right? So I think in a weird way, I think a lot of the stuff going on right now is like a little bit of self-hate with the audience. Of like, maybe something like that's going on. Okay, so then we're gonna put the Gates node here. The Bill Gates. Back to the game code. And then over here, we want to grab from stage gates, get children. Want to make love. Okay, so then we have gates. In. This is a gate. Okay. Nice to make a collection of gates and even join them as timing gates. Thanks. I wish I knew. I see stuff like that. Like it's I don't even know how to say it. But it's like, oh, that's good. Whatever. To the whatever, and I'm like, yeah. Cool. As I do this, the longer I do this, I realized the other day I've been doing this like sort of hobbyistly for like 7 years, which is a little embarrassing, I guess, because I haven't gotten anything done. And it turns out that a jam game that I'm spending 30 days on is probably going to be the first thing I end up putting on Steam. But I'm just finding more and more that pretty much all this ever is just arrays. You're just looping. You have you have data. You put them in arrays. If you work everything on indexes, especially, which I'm not doing right now, but like eventually, if I was to really work on this, I would have put everything into like a cache and blah blah blah. But like Yeah, it's just like if you get the index of something and you just have a bunch of, and all the indexes are shared amongst a bunch of other things, it's just so much easier. It's like, oh, it's all right there. It's this one. Yeah. And then you're not doing O of anything. It's just like you just have the thing. So it's like you just got it. It's a quick refactor. It's going to be fine. No, I got to just keep moving on this. Cannot resolve external class member type. Oh, did I mess up? What did I mess up right now? God, I hate the Godot editor. I gotta say, I hate it. And every time I try to do it externally, I end up... Look at this, it just fixed itself. Oh! I was like, there's nothing wrong here. Okay. Just click away and come back and suddenly it's okay. All right, whatever. Okay, so for each gate... So now we're going to take this gate code here. And this is the stuff that we're going to start to change. So originally we were doing 2 of these connections. But really we only need to do 1. And it could just be called time collected. And it's gate body entered connect. So add time becomes time collected. And we will get a node when we pass through. We'll get the time value here. Okay. And then it's asking for time, which will be... so each gate we can assign a custom time amount. So what we can do is when we're editing the stages, when you add a gate, so like if we're on a stage, you can just... so you throw a gate in here, right? And then you can just change the time right here. So we're going through and we're just, you can change this amount to like this one to 30, right? And if we go back, oops. Well, that's interesting. Hang on, we're gonna hit pass on here. We're in the middle of a... Oh, time doesn't exist anymore. That's why. Time doesn't exist anymore. Oh, no. Oh, bless it. It's going to bitch us because we're in the middle of a refactor. It doesn't matter. You can believe me, right? It should be 30 now. Yeah, it's 30. Okay. The lighting is crap right now, guys. The lighting is real bad. It looked prettier. I touched it and I just ruined it. It's kind of like mixing paints. Lighting is a lot like mixing paints. Like if you try to change it too much, everything just gets hosed. Rip my slow day. LSP seems to bug out. It's not LSP. They're the ones responsible for LSP. You know who we can thank for LSP, by the way? You know who we can thank for that? Microsoft. I think I theorize that LSP was a Trojan horse to get everyone to just hop onto VS Code. That's my theory, because I believe it was proposed by Microsoft. Yeah, the boat is very bouncy right now. LSP is so bizarre to me. The idea of like, I don't know. It's just crazy how much our computers have like these little local like networks going on inside themselves now with like WebSockets. It's like everything's got a WebSocket. But we're inside, you're already there. Like, why are you using a network connection? Like, it's so weird. LSPs are good. Well, the problem too is you can only have one connection, right? So it's such a stupid, like, right? You're limited to one connection. Is that true? I mean, it feels like that's true. Does that depend on the implementation? We can. We went away from it. Like everything, it just slowly gets worse. It used to just be like DLLs, I believe, back in the day, but... Alright, anyways. Obsidian and Invim. Yeah, I was using Invim. I gotta get back on it. It's just a little hard to get it all set up with. The thing about Invim is that it's so much like... I just wish it was just turnkey, because it's a lot of tweaking to get it going. But I love motions and I love all that stuff. I love the actual, like, using it. But it's the whole, like, getting it all ready thing. It's very tweaker. And I don't know. It's hard for me to justify spending the time getting it going. But I miss motions tremendously. And occasionally you'll see me do, like, KKK. It's nothing weird. It's just because I forgot that I'm not in Vim anymore. So if you see me do that, it's nothing weird. I promise. Yeah, no, it is. It's like, oh God. No, I promise. Like in the middle of a meeting, you're the guy typing the meeting notes on the big screen. And it's like, no, please, let me explain. It's just Japanese laughter. Isn't Brazilian laughter? Yeah. Body time collected, bind time gains. We bombed out though, right? What did we bomb out about? Body entered on based object node 3D gate. Gate is a node 3D. Area body entered. Ah, right. So why isn't the gate the area? Why do we have an entire... Oh, it's because we're yeah. Fine. Can I change it here? Or is it because since we're inherited, yeah, we are. Damn it. Okay, that's fine. Main. Ugh. Area. Body entered. Connect. I'm connected. Okay. Time collected. So then on this, we're going to take this code here and do what we'll do with it. So same thing is what we were doing here. All right, goodbye. And then we put this in here. So node, so we're, I guess we could do a check. You know what we could do is do the check up here first. So if, just to be sure, we can assert that the gate that we're touching is a gate. Why would we need to do that? Because we're idiots. Is not a gate. Sent gate. Okay. So now we know we should always be getting a gate that we are passing through here. And then we should be able to do this. And get rid of that. And then and actually I think this might work if we go like that. We'll set up a breakpoint and just make sure. Okay. So the gate stays, but we're freeing and we're getting rid of the twirling watch thing and everything. And this is also where we play our time audio that we just set up as well. Which I guess we could just do right now. What's it called? Time audio. I guess that's a little redundant to call it audio. Time audio play. Sure. Okay, so then that doesn't like that. It's an audio player. Oh, it's a static function. It doesn't need to be static. Okay. That's another thing that's changed is over time I'm favoring statics a lot more. All right. God, I got there's like a bunch of mosquitoes in our downstairs room.
Yeehaw! Woo!
Jack shit happened right there, boys.
Oh!
That's what you just saw. Nothing happened. Yeah. I think it's because I have like a window AC thing. It's like the kind that sits on the floor in your room and it has a big thing. Cuz this is like a weird downstairs area and it's just kind of funky. There's no we have floor I don't know what it's called, but the air that goes through the floors but it doesn't reach down here, so it gets all funky. We've been having 100 Fahrenheit days lately. I kept my windows open, to be honest. Yeah. And we've got like a little leak, and I think they just see the light in the room and they just sneak in.
Ooh!
That's one of the coolest things about making a game. It depends on the game though, but like when it becomes like a living thing, like that just then I got bumped into by the boat. I believe that's what happened off screen. But you get all these things working together and it just sort of comes alive. It's really cool. Emergent. Okay, so I'm guessing we might be too early. This should technically, the Godot scene tree builds backwards, so this should technically be the last thing, is game ready. Should be the last thing that fires. So everything else should be ready and prepared. Excuse me. So we have gate, and there's area. And we're connecting on body entered. So I think what we did, I broke it, right? Because I'm doing a declaration of I'm changing the type on the, so here's where I broke it. Let me explain. I should have not done this first. So it needs node, and then we're binding time as a value, an integer. And so I think because I changed the type. Oh, and the other thing. See, this is another thing. This could be another assertion. So we could say assert, because I bet we could have caught this with an assertion. This is one of those quiet deaths of the connection happening, right? Because it returns a value. So error connecting. Area. So let's break it and see if we get an assertion error. Or so I was making this gate. I was making it a type gate. I don't know. It might not. It depends on how Godot handles it. Yeah. So we get an error. So I would have caught that if I was doing that. So that's a good way of doing that. Ideally, though, we would get it back as a variable. Can we do a var declaration in here? No. All right, fine. So we still might have to go like this. We go var error equals this if error does not equal okay. Error connecting gate area %s. And there's some way in Godot to return the error string. So you say error string and you give it the error, and then it'll produce the actual error message. So let's see if this works. Yeah, error. Assertion failed. Error connecting gate area. Okay. Wait. God bless it. That's wrong to begin with. I have to think about assertions as I declare this is true. That's how I have to think about it. So it doesn't work. Lies. And we must not get an error back. Well, that sucks. I'm gonna go like this then. That's fine. So that's why that was happening. All right, we'll set the break here. See if this works. I don't know if this is it, but that's such a bouncy boat. So the boat is the next thing we could work on that's
Yeehaw!
fun. Just got a lot of little fun things to work on. Okay, so we hit it. Hit it! Node on base type stopwatch sprite visible. Gate. Physics body. Oh, it doesn't know anything about its we need to get the parents because we're in the area. But this should be the invalid access to property on object type rigid body. Oh, this is the... Oh, okay. So this isn't the body that we've... Well, then we could just pass the... So we could just pass the gate. And bind the gate to the connection. Itself. We'll do that. And then... instead of value, it's gate. It's a gate. And we say gate gate plus... Is it value? Time. Time. Okay. So we disconnect our connection to the, and then this is like this. Okay, so we should be able to get past all that now. I used to go on, when I was younger, we lived out on,
Yeehaw!
it was an old caretaker's house for a vineyard.
Woohoo!
And,
Yeehaw!
okay. We officially have old school video game sounds all up in here. We lived on a vineyard and we had a little Chihuahua Jack Russell mix. And I would go for a walk around the vineyard. We didn't own the vineyard. We were just like, it was rich people who owned it, who were like, you peasants can stay in this place. And it was literally a brick. It was just like a cinder block building. And, but it was cheap, right? And so, but we lived there and I would take the dog for a walk around part of the vineyard. And there were these two white owls that lived in this barn that were like couples, and they were that was super cute until one day I saw one of them was dead on the ground. That made me sad. But anyways, so we were walking, and every time we would, because it would be the end of the day, I'd have finished work and I'd come off my job and then we'd go for a walk, and the sun was always setting. And by the time we got around to the back of it, we'd start to hear the coyotes, the coyote howls, the like freaking out noises they would make. And my dog would always like pick up the pace. This little tiny like Chihuahua Jack Russell, she'd be like, oh shit, let's go. She'd start like double timing it to head back home. When I was younger, I was still old. A walking coyote snack. So let's just confirm that the behavior we're expecting on the gate is correct. So what we're going to do is click on this gate. We want to see it in the scene tree here. And we're just going to observe what happens to specifically the area 3D should go away. This is a static body. Anyways, let's take a look.
Might be enough spinning for one day. Woohoo! Oh,
I think we might need to increase the gravity a bit.
mercy me, I'm about to tip over.
There it goes. What the hell is a static body?
Let's roll, sugar.
Oh, that's the, oh my god, I'm such an idiot. Wait, no. Oh, that's the colliding body around the poles. Got him. I'm a moron. He's an idiot, sir. Okay. So, I think we should mess with gravity and increase it slightly. Do you guys know if you do that in the project settings while the game is running, does it change in real time? Let's find out. Gravity. Let's double this SOB. Nope, doesn't appear to be. Could be wrong though. Okay, we're definitely bouncing a lot more. The boat's coming down faster.
Woohoo!
Okay, yeah, we're not as bouncy. So we've doubled gravity.
Mercy me, I'm about to tip over.
Bonk. Now the boat, look at the boat behaving totally differently now. Boing, boing, boing. All right, so the boat, let's work on the boat. I think we've done enough for the, I think we've done enough for the gate right now. So okay, so here's a bunch of design things that I need to do. So when we hit this ramp, we kind of need to cheat and provide some sort of coyote logic.
I'm than a June bug in a mason jar.
I need to fix the amount that it's detecting the rotation speed at to determine if we're getting sick, quote unquote, or rotating too much.
Me, I'm about to tip over.
It's too sensitive right now. It used to take us forever to turn that fast. So when we go off this ramp and we hit the boost, we kind of have to lock the player controller so that it actually gets to go off the ramp. Because if we just leave it to physics, we're kind of like, it's up to God now. And so we kind of like, sometimes we'll sort of like miss the bump or whatever. So what we essentially need to do is wherever, I don't know exactly how it should be. This is why a lot of boosts in racing games are just like sort of not collidable objects. And that maybe is one solution, is that it is on the surface of things like the water, but it is not like there's just, oh, but then you need to be able to go fast enough to go off on a ramp if it's just a ramp.
All right.
Okay. But I feel like what I need to do, and see, we got a lot of little problems with that. You see how we bumped the area?
Might be enough spinning for one day.
There's a lot of little things we have to tweak with this. But what I'm saying is, if we hit the ramp, I feel like the player controller should lock, and we're detecting that we're hitting the player controller should sort of snap into place a bit, and then we're just going that way.
Ooh.
Another question for you guys is, do we?
I think I'm gonna be sick.
Do we allow?
Me, I'm about to tip over.
Oh God, I gotta fix that number. Mostly see foxes, yeah. It's weird. Here we see there's not a lot of predators. I lie. They're actually having a problem with bald eagles right now stealing livestock. Bald eagles are huge. They're enormous birds. Yeah, they're terrifying. You see one in person and you're like, oh my God, no wonder. This is like, got my respect, man. And they just look pissed off. They're just always like this. They're like, they have resting bitch face for sure. Around the lakes, yeah. That was the most, like, I felt like I had to salute. We were at Lake Nacimiento. I was fishing at Lake Nacimiento with some friends. And there was you could see the bubbles of like the fish feeding like a couple yards out, and this bald eagle just comes down dead silent. It's huge, dead silent, and just grabs a fish out of the water and then just flies away. And I was just like, wow. I was like, I have to. Oh, the national anthem played and fireworks went off, and it was the whole thing. It was crazy. Oh my God! Oh, Calvin! Oh, say hi to everybody. Say hi. Say hi. I love you too. I love you too. Ooh, scratch my back, buddy. Oh, get your nails in my back. Oh, that was nice. All right. What we're doing? So the gate stuff is fixed. Let's just commit what we've done. Because yesterday I did commits and everything was so incestual, my commits, that it was a mess. It was a mess. Get rid of that. Reduce wetness. That is a commit message. More trying to get the lighting to not be total crap. It really is like I got not watercolor paints out, but I got like, I started mixing colors on my paints and I really screwed it up. You can't unmix colors with paints, right? That's how this whole lighting situation I've got myself into feels like. I can always just go back and find the old code or the old environment stuff, but from now on going forward, I am absolutely making the environment resource a separate committable file. All lighting from now on, all lighting needs to be its individual data to commit, so that you can unwind just the lighting stuff and not have it be mixed with a bunch of other things. That's just like never again will I do this to myself. There's a different bird that does that a lot around the reservoir fish. It's like they just wait for you to throw the fish back and snipe it. Oh, because they know the fish is like disoriented. All right, I'm gonna go grab some soda to really get my to cool me off. But I'll be right back. Did somebody sneak in? I'm not gonna say anything, but whoever you are, I appreciate you. If you're here, I don't know who it was. Somebody did something cool. All right, I'll be back. All right. We're back. Okay. All right, our error count's slowly dissipating. This is an engine error, and I frankly don't know why this is happening here. So I need to look into this. But this is like this is coming from... I don't know what the deal is with this. Condition... I mean, what we could do is look at the actual C++ code where this is coming from. Transform node 3D get global transform const. Error not is inside tree. Oh, you know what it is? I don't have it on the scene tree. Is that why it's bitching? It might not be on the scene tree at this point, and that's why it's mad. Are we doing a free or something before? So the question is, which one isn't on the scene tree? This is when we're setting up the paths. Oh, look at this. Yeah. Path follow. Yeah, because we're adding child, this, oh, that's what's going on. Okay, so what's happening is, so for our collectible paths, we actually create the path follow. So we use something called path follow in Godot, which you add as a child to something called path 3D. And that allows you to then follow along the curve that you set up in path 3D, right? At any point you can scrub along it, right? That's all that path follow is doing for us. And we could do it ourselves. We could write something to do it ourselves, but you know, it's there, so why not, I guess. So what I'm doing is we're adding that to the collectible path, right? And then we're iterating and we're just scrubbing along and we're doing a bunch of stuff, right? The problem is, so we grab the path follow global position to offset everything. And the problem is that it hasn't been added to the scene tree yet. So for some reason it's bitching about that, even though it still works. Because this hasn't had time to breathe. This takes more than just like, it's not, this literally is just like queuing it up, right? To add child. So I think what we can do is, we have a few options, I suppose. But what we could do is take all of the stuff that we're doing here and tell it to fire in another function and tell it to, just wait a second. Or collectible path by default has a path follow. See, because we're using it temporarily. Like what we want to do is just get rid of it once we're done, really. So really what we should be doing is when this for loop is over, we remove path follow as well. Is it... We're going to set a breakpoint here and just see if that's what's happening. Okay, so we're here. We're on the first one. Let's go to collectibles. No, it is there. What is it bitching about? I don't understand this error. So if we step into... I thought that's what it was, but I don't think it is. There, we get the error. Boom. But why? I feel like we're in a cave. What's up? My background? Well, I'm gonna ignore that for now. It's bothering me, but we're just gonna be okay with it. I still don't know why we're getting that error, though. A cave with terrible sounds? I don't know what we're talking about, Thornity. I'm gonna need some help. Are you talking about the AC that's running in the background?
I think I'm gonna be sick.
There's banging. Banging.
Mercy me, I'm about to tip over.
Is it possible it's a different stream or something going on in the background? Banging. Okay, so...
Oh.
Oh. All right. Sometimes I think I hear something on somebody's stream or whatever, and I forget that I have something else going on. On another window. Mike's catching noise from the background. Banging. Are you talking about the AC that's running in the background? Oh, I see how you could think that's banging. Yeah, it's just the AC. It's more that I have a gate on that's cutting off the sound so that I could pull the denoiser up. Is that helping? Helping? I hear an echo of myself. It's gonna screw me up. But that should help. Is that better? You gonna stop bitching now, Thornity? Better. All right. Cool. We do a shout out. How's it going, man? All right. Fine. Okay, so we could work on the points. We really need to, let's go to our Kanban. And post-jam ideas, we have lasso mechanic. We're not going to do that right now. We do need to be able to reset the player because we can accidentally end up on land, and so we need to have a reset tool, a way of doing resets. We have a jump mechanic that we might actually trash. We might not use this. Toss? Question mark? We need to clamp player controller when boosting. And then also for boosting, we need a constant, so we're initially start with an impulse and then we keep a constant force while we're on the boost pad so that we make it all the way across the ramp, right? It doesn't slow down, it just keeps it going. Water currents is definitely post-jam. Design areas. This is really vague, but that's like make the stage. Things to collect. Okay, so we'll get the points going, so we can actually start making the core of this. I don't know where it all is. Somehow, though, for a jam game, this isn't turning into absolute shit. So that's good. We have that going for us, which is nice. And I guess we need a setter for score. If we just increment score, that's not going to work. We're not even doing anything with score right now. Okay, so so we just have a function called like score add value int void. No organization of where in our project structure. Here, score add score plus equals value. We did it! We're done. We've made the game. And so this is going to go like this. Score, add, score, which there's nothing here right now. Which I guess we don't need to do this either if we just trust score, add. We don't need to touch this. But we do need score, add, score, add. We increase the value, score label, string score. Okay, so now we have a way of doing our scoring. So for instance, when we have this score array or dictionary, right? That's just using enums, and we look up our points so we can adjust them. Collectible type 6-pack star point. I guess we should have time. It's not really collectible. I don't think this is a good name for this anymore. Points. Point. Show points. Ugh. What? I don't know where that's coming from. Score add. And we just pass the points in here. This show points thing should be point. Collectible. Collecting UI add child point. What am I doing here? What are we all doing here? Points audio play. If we go like this instead, and instead of collectible type, we're using this a bunch. I'm thinking. Ugh, this is gross. Let's see if this works. Whoa! Okay, we definitely have a little bit of a bug there. We do have show points. Oh, I see.
I think I'm gonna be sick. Yeehaw! I'm dizzier than a June bug in a mason jar.
Okay. Okay, so a little bit of cleanup on the score stuff. Collectible types. Let's see where this is being used, because I think we might want to rename this. And let's just see where else she exists. We have it in collectibles. For collectible path, collectible type. Collectible type. So we could do, yeah, and I remember struggling with this with gates. Well, we're just gonna... We'll just add time. All of this can stay the same. So this is interesting, though. Let me check. I'm curious about this UI stuff that we're doing here, where we're right here. We're adding stuff to the UI scene, but we're not handling it after that. Does it self-destruct? It's broken right now. It should be flying towards... Look at that.
Ooh!
They just end up staying. I had a feeling. I'm like, these are just gonna... This is, they're just gonna stay on the scene. Add child.
Ah!
UI point, show points. Animation player. So we could self-destruct the point here. This is what a cache is for. Right? We cache... Hey, the most we'd ever show for points is like 10 that are popping up, right? So we get 10 of them cached, and then we just cycle on them. But this is fine right now. So I guess that's what we'll do for now. So if we await animation player finished, animation finished, then we can queue free ourselves. So we self-destruct like that. But again, so we don't even need, so we have animation player exposed. We don't need show points. This is what I'm talking about. I end up doing this all the time. All we need, the assertion's fine, but boom, we do it in here. Why do this? Why put it, it's happening in this order. Why put it somewhere that you have to investigate to see what the hell's going on? Why? Okay. Oh, we don't need to show points because we just got rid of it. That's right.
Yeehaw! Ooh. Time to skedaddle.
We don't have any points. Where's this number coming from? Should be points type. We're printing the entire points array. This is copied and pasted from the old function. Okay. And then if we look at the running scene tree, we don't have any remaining. Yeah. All right.
Oof!
Oh god. Oh god. Our boat is getting us. Okay. And probably should increase the score before we do all this animation crap, right? So we'll do that first. Then we'll play the sound. Ah, shit. I may lose power at 11:30 my time, so in an hour, we're getting an alert that they might be shutting down our power because of a weather-related event. So in about an hour, it may or may not shut off, they're saying. So it depends, I guess. Probably it's a high wind, maybe, situation. We get 100-mile-an-hour winds here, so... Okay. Let's commit what we've done. Another little round of changes here. Refactored points. This is Toothless dancing. If I was back in Vim, this is what you would see all the time when I'm coding in Godot. I should probably do that. How about after we get this jam game done, while we're looking into Steam and doing like the Steam stuff, how about I get Vim going again in Godot? Because I would like that. Because I did like having the background redeems. It was a lot of fun. Twas a lot of fun. Do you so you have do you have what you would call it working for you? The debugging tools, do you have that working? I forget what it is in so this is the one I used to use, just this prefabbed Astro InVim. This is just like a pre-configured Vim that I only needed to do a few changes to get going with Godot, like the LSP and everything. Autocomplete? No, the DP, what is it called? DPD or D something. The debugging stuff. Yeah, I mean, your configs might work for me. I'm on Windows though, so who knows? I haven't looked into that. Yeah, I've done it before. I did Vim and C# and Godot before, and I've done GDScript in Vim before, and I've done GDScript in Emacs before as well. So, DAP. That's what I'm thinking of. Do you have DAP working? Mathram. Let me do a shout out to Mathram. Mathram has a YouTube video that kind of breaks down setting it up. I don't remember his username, his complete username though. I don't want to shout out the wrong person. Yeah, Mathram C. I'm gonna lower the increase the temperature of the AC because it's actually too cold. Be right back. Whee! Back. Okay. Beer 6-pack. Star point time. And sounds are working again? I didn't even check. I don't think I checked.
think I'm gonna be sick. Yeehaw!
Okay. All right, so let's fix gates so that you actually have to
I'm
pass.
dizzier than a June bug in a mason jar.
We have to actually pass through the gate in order to get the point.
Mercy me, I'm about to tip over.
Right? So we want it to be that you got to go through the son of a bitch to actually get the point. So, like I said, so the way that we got to do this is we have to get when we exit and enter, we have to keep track of. So we're gonna need something to keep track of here, but it's on the exit that we would care about that. So time collected. So we're gonna say body entered and body exited. Now we gotta keep track of some stuff. But if we just trust that we're only detecting, if we only detect the character area entering and exiting, we know that's all we're ever going to be getting when we get the notifications, right? So in that case, we don't need to track as much. Nice. Yeah, he's got a sweet voice. He's a good guy. Yeah. Yeah, he's a great streamer too. He's working on a really cool life sim game. But maybe debugging is working. I never tried it. Yeah. I don't know how to use debugging in general, so I never noticed. Oof. Gotta get on that. Print, you can, you know, there's nothing against print debugging. It's right in certain scenarios for sure. But being able to set breaks, look at the stack, all that kind of stuff, and see what's, like stepping through code, where you presume the logic is something, but you actually see what it's doing, it's very helpful. But I mean, step one is you just come over here. If you ever want to just like, okay, when is this firing, right? Instead of a print statement, you just go bam, break, right? So like, or you want to see something that's happening at that moment, right? So time collected, right? So we set a break here, we run the game, and then when we go and that fires, I'll just break it down for you real quick.
Yeehaw!
Boom. Okay, so we hit the breakpoint. So we've hit the breakpoint. And now we see we're time collected, so we've stopped here, node and gate, right? So our locals right here are the node and the gate. So you can actually click into those objects and see some information about them, what their values are and so on. Right? So if you're expecting certain things and you're not actually getting it, you can see it here. And then you can step through. So step into and step over. Step over, if you have a function call, like right here we have timer start, right? So this calls a method called start. But if it was a method we wrote, this is an API method, right? So it's not going to step into anything. But if we wrote a method called start, step into would mean that we would see the next things inside that function getting fired off, right? But for us, it's going to skip over because this is an API call. This is a Godot engine thing. And if you didn't want to step through that function, you could just step over right here instead. It shows the objects changing. As you step through things, you would see that, yeah. And then you can keep basically you can keep stepping through. The only thing Godot doesn't really have is a break. Like you can't set dynamic breakpoints or conditional breakpoints. So one of the nice things you can do in something like Visual Studio is you can say break when this is true. right? So you can set it up so sometimes there's like a specific ID that's giving you hell or something, and you only want it to break in that scenario. You can do that in Godot, but you kind of have to do it stupidly. You would actually do a comparison if whatever, colon, and then you could just say breakpoint. So you can actually type the word breakpoint, and that also is a break. So you can still do conditional breaks, but you actually have to do it in the code, which is kind of dumb because you have to remember to get rid of it. So you can still do that. And then, yeah, you can see the state of a bunch of other stuff that's in your, like your global space and all that kind of stuff, which mine is quite large because I just love globals now. I'm a global stan. Because we like caching things and just keeping things all over the place. Just in one big... It's there already, damn it. It's there already. It doesn't have to be clean. Anyways. Yeah. So it's very helpful. Just setting breaks, you know, like I want to know when this thing happens, or it should be happening, especially when you're first setting up signals and things like that. So what we want is the option to set breakpoints in Vim. Yeah, and then also see the stack. So DAP gives you like the stack and everything too. It looks a little different. So it looks like this. So you have like the project structure and everything's all there. And then you have like breakpoints here. I don't know where you see everything. Where you see the stack. It's the stack, I guess, is here. This is C++, so I'm not familiar with here's a better one. So the local variables are here. And then you have like these buttons here that you can use. But they're all keyboard shortcuts as well. To step through things and anyways. Tis nice. No need to look at the stack. ChatGPT scraped everything from that website. If ChatGPT was, or if Stack Overflow was smart, you would want to pivot into an LLM as the primary tool of Stack Overflow, as like a dedicated like code related LLM. I don't know if they've done that or not, but I'm guessing that the user base would be all pissy about that. Stack is going to tell you the names of the functions that were called before. Yeah, that's the other thing is you can see, I believe you can see that in Godot as well. So right here, I think it's here. This would be where you would see the order of things that got called to get you to that point. I mean, they can be biased all they want, but the reality it's eating their lunch, so it is what it is. I'm not saying it's a good thing, but I also think that you should kind of face reality. It's helpful. Sometimes, you know, someone can want them to like you by telling you what you want to hear. But a friend will tell you what you what you should hear, like the truth, but not like in a dickish way, obviously. But just like, hey, dude, like you got a booger, you know? That's a friend. A friend's like you got a big, it's a big old boogie. You're gonna want to take care of that. just somebody, a friend's somebody who tells you got snot hanging out your nose in public when everyone else was giggling about it, or just like Anyways. All right. You got to stack, you can filter the variables here too as well. So if you're looking for a particular thing. The Godot, I got to say though, the Godot like stack tracing is shit. It's definitely needs some work. Compared to other like languages and what you can do with a lot of them. It's very minimal. Yeah. But it's still useful. Okay, I am still very unfocused. I'm just kind of hitting whatever I see. But that's why I gave myself 15 days, half of the jam to do this, because I had a feeling this is going to be just like, this is going to chew up a lot of time. This is the 5%, the last 5% takes 90% of the time, right? Oh yeah, the gate. That's what we wanted to focus on. Collect time after passing through gate. We need points. We're starting to get points. We're going to toss the jump mechanic. Collect time after passing through gate. Okay, so that's what we were working on. Got a little distracted. But yeah, anytime you just want a breakpoint in code, you could, if you're in Vim, for instance, you could go like breakpoint. But there's also, if you get DAP working, there's a key, there's gonna press like, you know, you're gonna have it mapped. Press it like an F key or something. This is all pre-coding bullshit that I shouldn't be doing. Okay. Okay, so time after passing through the gate. Sorry, I got a little sidetracked again. So we have time collected is the one that we're using right now. So body entered and body exited. So this really should be like gate entered. Gate exit exited. And then exited should do the time stuff only if we're exiting properly. So how does that work with like a slalom, those poles? I guess you got to pass through it, right? So you can't just like, if there's these giant bars and you kind of go in it and then back out, that doesn't count, right? It should be you entered one side and you exited the other side. That's what counts. For me, that's what makes the most sense. So how do we calculate this? On our gate, we have... We do this with, shit, what's it called? Oh God, guys, we're going into math land. Help. Faces, right? If we enter from the rear, but if we can get the facing direction of the thing we're entering, I think that's it. My laziness says add a second trigger. Well, we can detect that. We just need to make sure that we're actually leaving and not scooting in and then scooting out. Right? We want to know that we entered one side and exited the other end. So... So like if we do a print statement here and we say gate entered, and gate exited. And we run the game. How's it going, Eventless?
I'm dizzier than a June bug in a mason jar.
You are.
Oh! Ooh!
So that's an exit. But the exit would also count right now. Ah, get out of my way, buddy.
Let's roll, sugar.
I'm trying. See, we could do it that way too, which we don't want. So we need to know, we have the node. Let's see here. And it's 20 minutes when I might lose power. According to our local power company, they might be shutting it off. May or may not, don't know. Body entered gives us the body, which is the node 3D. But it doesn't give us information about where we entered or exited the thing. We know this is from our perspective. So I guess what we could do is just, let's do this the most brain dead way possible that I can think of for this particular problem, which is if we have one point of where we entered, and then we have the point where we exited, and we compare them. If they don't pass through the gate, but how do we even check that? We could do a ray cast. That's stupid. There's less stupid ways of doing this. Right. Yes. That's what I was thinking, is something about the facing vector. Yes. Yes. But you could be in the middle of the gate, in the area still, rotate, and then exit backwards. Right? So even that won't work. So one way to do it is, here's our gate. I'll just put 2 poles here. The way that I think we might be able to do it is we enter, so this is the area, right? That we're detecting entering the gate with. God, dude, racing games, this is kind of a racing game problem. Racing games seem simple. And then it's like, wait a minute. Wait. How do I make sure? Okay, so then we start here. So our body enters here. So we're at like X position. And then we exit somewhere over here. Let's say we're over here at X position. And this is when our body is leaving these points. So this is when we detect entering and then exiting. And we compare these 2 values and then somehow use the information about, okay, everything can be solved with triangles, right? So if it is a triangle, and we just pick one corner of the gate, and we pick the 2 points, if the 2 points were down here, our triangle would not pass the It's also just vector math. If we normalize everything around, if we just no matter what direction the gate is, we just take its rotation and everything, and we just make it this kind of problem, and we rotate our these values and everything into just something like this. If it's wherever we enter the gate is the bottom and wherever we exit is the top. If both of our values are below the gate. All right, Fiera. See you, Matt. No, but see, sometimes, but then we could enter the opposite of wherever we enter, right? So if we enter from the top, we exit from the bottom. If we enter from the bottom, we exit from the top. Okay, so that's part of the logic. We could also we could cheat a bit and just say and that scenario of like passing through the gate and changing directions can easily happen because you can kind of lose control. This is so stupid. Why is this the thing you struggle on, right? Because I've never done it before. It seems like it should be simple, but it actually ends up being... And the solution is going to be simple. Here's another way to do it. I'm thinking about this wrong. We have an this requires two physics bodies, but it makes it a logically simple problem, which is that we just have one area entered, and we have two areas, and we detect See, the problem with this idea is... No, this would work. So we detect when we enter area A, let's say, and then we want to see that we've entered area B after we've entered A. But then we want to make sure that when we exit area B, that we are not in area A. And if that's true, then we should have left the gate area. By passing through it. And if we ever leave A and we're not in B, then we know we can reset and say, okay, well, never mind. We've entered area A. We've done something like this, right? But we want to test if we've done something like that. All right, we're gonna lose see it. I think this is the way. I'll be right back. I didn't realize an ad was rolling. I'll be right back. I think I have a solution. Eventless, if you're here, I'll tell you what it is if you missed it during the commercial. All right. We're back. Sorry for the delay. So the solution, I don't know if you're interested in Mentless, but I have a potential solution, which is essentially to have two areas. I'm not happy with this though. It should be as simple as comparing the sides on, but then we get into math land and I am not a math guy. This is the kind of thing I throw to a friend and be like, how do I do this? If we think of the both ends of the, I think we can solve it with a triangle where if we think of both sides of the gate as one side of it, 2 points in a triangle, and we think of the entry and exit point as the other side of the triangle, we should be able to compare somehow using math. We should be able to compare, this is the way to do it without having to have two area collisions. We should be able to compare, so we exit point B, entry point A. So this is one triangle, and this is another triangle. They share the same face, one side, one face. They share one of the same faces, maybe even two, if they happen to enter and exit at the exact same point. So that's one scenario. We enter in point A on one side and B on another. We can check our faces to see that they're the same. There should be some way to say, okay, this triangle is not the facing direction. Wait a minute. Hold on. I think we could do it this way. I just don't know. Ah, God bless it. Well, this is where we have to figure out. We have to learn some math. Are you serious? Are you serious right now, brah? All right, what's sine and cosine about? Maybe we can get some sines and cosines up in this shizat. Trigonomic functions. Dot orthogonal. Then check the sign of Q. So it's the dot product. I know that's a word too. All right, bot. I'm gonna trust in bot. So okay, so you're saying so P Q A B for what you're talking about. Like this. Okay. All right, let's make it happen, Captain. I don't know why it's bugging out. I use DeskFlow to go between my Linux box and my Windows machine. And sometimes she just shits the bed. There's an extra Q for some reason in that message. The one you sent? Okay, so for the gate, I think to make things easy to get this information from. Chicken. Excuse me. I could just do this with markers. But we do technically have the two pipes, the two points that we could use. And we could do this on a 2D plane, so we don't have to use the y-axis, right? Like you were saying. So... Right. Okay, so we have left and right side. You know, another way to do this is these lines should intersect, right? So if we think of them as lines, we should have this and have this. Our entry point E and exit point E should cross with A and B. So is this another way we could figure this out? Is do two vectors cross, but you want the crossing direction. Do I? I don't think I need to know that, because you can enter for my game, you can enter the gate from either side. That it's not a racing game. It's more like you just pass through the gate, right? Because we're gonna get the notification when we enter and when we exit. I can't think of a scenario, because we could, with the area, we could enter and exit. Our enter point would be here and our exit point would be here, and we would never cross this point here. So that's another way to do it. I just don't know. I wonder what's cheaper. Not that it matters that much, right? But can you do that with vectors? Can you just see where they overlap? The two dot product is still the simplest test. Okay. You draw the vectors A and V and AP and AQ. And the vector orthogonal to... See, you're using words like orthogonal. No, Criminy! All right, let's keep going here. We need to... I do think, though, that way we don't have to store anything. Or do we? I think we still do. We need to know when we left and when we entered, what we were when we entered, what we were when we entered the gate and what we were when we exited the gate. So what we could do is just put these values on the gate itself. Entered at vector 2. Exited at vector 2. So, because this should work. So then, and then these are zeros. Yeah, there'll be 0 values. And so then gate entered. This is us. Gate entered at node position, global position. And it's not going to know what I'm talking about because it just sees a node. So we have to say player. Yeah. Okay, so we entered at and we exited at. Let's see what this looks like.
Yeehaw!
Okay, so we have the two values.
Ah!
Now let's do this batshit crazy math that bot sent us. It's actually totally rational. Math is rational! This is cleaner. A minus B dot orthogonal, the dot product of P minus A. Christ! Oh, that's cleaner. Yeah. Throw cleaner. What the hell is even that? All right, let's see here. Cross. I could just use cross. Smee. I could just use cross, Smee. Don't try and stop me, Shmee. Don't try and stop me, Shmee. Shmee. Orthogonal. Returns a perpendicular vector rotated 90 degrees counterclockwise compared with the original with the same length. Okay. Perpendicular. Rotated counterclockwise with compared with the original. So this, it's doing this, right? So we're taking two lines and then we're going bloop like that. Am I crazy? I'm trying to understand. Damn it. Returns the dot product of this vector and with. The fuck is with? This can be used to compare the angle between two vectors. Cares. Alright, we're gonna take... Okay, but what do we do with this number? Are we getting a positive or a negative number as a result? What do we do with this batshit crazy number that you're giving us? Oh, it gets worse than this. So the dot products will have the same sign.
I'm about to tip over. Oof!
Whoa, what
Might be
was
enough
that?
spinning for one day. Let's go. I'm dizzier than a June bug in a mason jar.
Oh, we're deleting that. We're deleting the area, so I can't test it more than once.
Oh! Mercy me, I'm about to tip over.
So do I want to compare the signs of the dog product? Because you've got multiplication going on here, right? Multiplying two positive numbers or two negative numbers is positive. But a negative and a positive is positive. So we're looking for a negative then, right?
I think I'm gonna be sick.
Okay. So then we take, let's compare, we'll go to another gate. So we're getting negatives on the two we passed through. Let's try going in and out of one without passing through it. Bot, you are a wizard. Oh, hang on, Bot. We got to add you to the credits.
Oh!
Credits. Where are you? Misc. Credits. No! I lost my credits! Because I renamed it. Fuck. Okay, well, we can get it from the commits. Alright, I'm going to add you here so I don't forget. Unless you want your real name, let me know. You can DM me. Bot 524 for the maths.
Oh!
That's a positive. Okay. Okay, so now we need to sign comparison. Does sign give us something? Returns the same type of variant as X. Returns -1. So if sign equals -1, then we do all this bullshit. Okay, let's see if it works. I still think cross might be the way to go because it's using some C# stuff, right? Or C++ approach, right? So I feel like using the GDScript multiple math calls through GDScript versus using cross is probably more expensive. The cans will be back. The cans will be back. So we're entered. We exited. We don't get the point. We enter. We exit. We do get the point. But the math wizard. Okay. I still think cross might be cheaper from a scripting language.
I'm dizzier than a June bug in a mason jar.
The fact that we're using a scripting language. Cross is going to just do something in C++, which is going to be astronomically faster. In theory. Okay, let's try passing on the other end on this one. Unless you're doing 1,000. Yeah, if it's in some giant for loop.
Woohoo!
Yeah, and I mean, you always, with performance, you always have to test. You can't just guess. But there are certain things you just start to know, right?
Mercy me, I'm about to tip over.
There we go. I think that would be awesome. That would help me. Be like, hell yeah, put this in your thing.
Yeehaw!
Woo! All right. Oh, have you guys heard the beer lines when she throws beers? Check this out.
Precious.
She has different, like, taunts.
Bless his heart.
Oops. I'm out of beer cans. All right. So the stars right now are technically beer cans. I'm just getting a bunch of different things going for.
I think I'm gonna be sick.
Okay. All right. Well, we're cooking right now. Thank you so much for that, bot. Thank you. I think I understand it. I understand what orthogonal is doing. Dot is an actual math thing, right? So orthogonal is probably a math thing too, but it's really just like it takes whatever it is and it just flips it 90 degrees, really. Right? So it just goes it just rotates 90. Yeah. It's very cheap. Okay. Thank you so much, bot. Appreciate it. Bot, do you stream? I forget. Examining. No. Okay. I have to put a poop next to you so that I don't think that you stream, because now I'm going to. So let me put a poop icon next to you. It's not for you, it's for me, because I'm a poophead. So now I won't accidentally shout you out. Although, you know what? You're going to get a shout out right now. Let me do a shout out to bot. Cares, how are you doing? Hope you're doing good. Okay. Let's commit what we did. Good luck with the tubing. All right, thank you, bot. Oh, you know the other thing we have to do when we exit, just to be sure, just to be certain, is clear out the enter and exited values. Even though we're never going to see them again, might as well flush them. So if this ends up being true, then we're just going to set exited at vector20 and entered at as well the same. Okay. Thanks for the help again, bot, and the encouragement. I appreciate it. Detecting if exiting gate on opposite side of entering before giving points. Okay. And time, technically. Okay. What is all these? What are these new ones? Dude, is I have a bunch of warnings and stuff that aren't normally enabled because I just want to know. I want to know. Gate entered and gate exited. Good golly. Yeah, forgot to do. Dead. Friends from abroad came here, so I'm showing them the city, and we walked 60k steps today. I think my legs are just gone. No! Too much walking. $98 today and not a cloud in the sky. Oh my gosh. Hopefully you wore sunscreen. But I guess if you're in the city, it's easy to find shade. Unless it's like midday. Well, the power was supposed to go out, or it could have gone out 30 minutes ago, and it hasn't, so I guess they figured out a way to get the thing fixed without having to do that, which is cool. I want to keep going. I do. But they're just busy watching the stream. But it's time for me to go. So let's find somebody to raid. Shadow Legends. All right, let's find somebody here. There goes the boat. Boing, boing, boing. Night cares. Twitch. Twitch.tv. Hey, we could do, we never get to raid Mr. Elliptic. We have to return the favor. All right, much love to everybody out there. I hope you have a good day, and I will see you guys maybe tonight. If not tonight, tomorrow. For sure. We're just going to keep going. Let's add some sound effects, more sound effects onto the boats. Let's get the boat working right so we can put a bunch of boats on here. I'm going to have a ton of boats on the scene. Let's make it so that there's a little bit of give when we bump into them. Right now they're very unforgiving, smacking into them. So hopefully we could figure out how to do that. I think we have to turn off the when we bump into them, we'd have to turn off. They have a fixed impulse, and I think we have to turn that off briefly and use the collision information to give it a little bump. But anywho, see you guys tomorrow. Bye bye.